Jeremy Corbyn was elected leader of the party, it was not really the election of a Labour leader. It was something much more fundamental, namely the first signs of a realignment of British politics. That realignment is part of a general expression of rejection of the economic policy which was prevailing and is prevailing in the Conservative Party, the Liberal Party, and in the Labour Party. The present economic policy and philosophy says that all is going well, it will all get back into balance. But the reality is that debt's higher than 2008, demand is withdrawing, the only jobs coming into being are temporary, part-time, 0 hours. And the anger of the British public was actually expressed in the election of Jeremy Corbyn. And it's expressed in exactly the same way with the Brexit vote, which nobody saw coming. It's a real anger against the Conservative Party, against Brexit. But it's not so much the party, it's against the underlying economic philosophy which has failed. Now, that rejection is going on in Italy. They're going to vote to come out of Europe. It's going on in France. It's going on in Holland. And it's going on in the USA. It is very profound, very deep. Now, Jeremy Corbyn does not necessarily know how to find the new policy which is required. But what is clear is that in a symbolic sort of way, he does represent a rejection of the old. Now, the old structure is desperately fighting back. Every day it says Jeremy Corbyn cannot ever possibly be elected. Well, I think he can. The next question is, well, will he be elected leader of the Labour Party in September the 24th? The answer is yes, he can. But the old guard, the complacent, smug, complacent Labour elite, they've manipulated the situation by charging £25 for new members. £2, £3 used to be the maximum. And they've charged £25 because they wish to smash out the poor people, those who are feeling insecure, so that they will not vote for Jeremy Corbyn. Well, I can tell you now, 183,000 people signed up in, I think it was in 2 days last week, and they paid £25 each. And the signs are that Corbyn will be re-elected leader. So behind this is the expression of profound dissatisfying with the political structure. Now, is Jeremy Corbyn deselecting his fellow MPs? No, he is not. He does not have that power. But his supporters, who are rejecting all those smug, complacent Labour MPs who can't be distinguished from Conservative MPs or Liberal MPs, his supporters will most certainly deselect, I estimate, probably just over half or maybe more of existing Labour MPs. So it's a great fight going on in the Labour Party. Corbyn will be re-elected leader. I think he stands a very good chance of being winning in a general election, though I have to say, at this stage, he really represents the forces of rejection and anger in the same way that Brexit represents the forces of rejection and anger. And Jeremy Corbyn does need to find the very new, convincing politics. And in particular, behind that politics, he must find a new paradigm, economics. So it's very exciting. All the ups and downs in the Labour Party of great interest. Bottom line is, Jeremy Corbyn will get elected leader of the Labour Party. His supporters will be deselecting many existing Labour MPs, and Corbyn will stand a chance of winning the next election, though he has to find major new economic policy.